Hello, Blue Justin here, still Justin, still not blue, and I'm starting today with the first of the unboxings I'm going to do over the next couple of days. And this first one I'm starting with is the Best Buy exclusive of Dredd. Right, let's get started. This is, as I say, a Best Buy exclusive. Uh, I think the artwork is stunning. I think it's the only 4K Steelbook of Dredd that's out so far. And once I saw it, I just had to have it. I just couldn't resist. Um, I've got the other 4K release of Dredd, but even that isn't available in the UK. We haven't even got an AMRO release. I had to import the 4K uh, of Dredd on AMRO, just a regular release. I had to import that one from the US, but this is something special. So anyway, let's get on with opening it up and doing the unboxing. Now I'm going to have to be particularly careful here because I think this is one of the new style. Oh my gosh, I'm calling all sorts of reflections there. New style slips, not new, but starting to come to the fore style slips. That is a see-through O-ring. Now that means I can't just slice down the side because I'll slice into the O-ring cover itself. So there might be a break here. Let's see what happens whilst I'm trying to open it up. Well, it seems to be going okay. Anyway, yeah, Dredd, an absolutely brilliant film in my opinion. Should have done much better at the cinema, but due to very, very poor marketing, the fact that a lot of people didn't seem to know the character as well as they should, and the fact it came out just after the Raid, which was a similar idea of combating your way up the levels of a tower block. It was accused of copying the Raid's idea, whereas in actual fact, one, this was based on the original storyline from the 2000 AD comic, which was years and years before. And even if it hadn't been, the script was in before the Raids. The Raids just got shot more quickly and released earlier. That said, both are great films. Anyway, Karl Urban stars as the eponymous Dredd, the law enforcement officer who has the power to judge, be jury and executioner in the future. It's got all sorts of nice gadgets. It would have been even better if they'd had a bigger budget, but as it was, they used the budget they had to a very good ability. The 3D on it is incredible. Obviously, there's no 3D on the 4K, but I imagine, without checking, that the Blu-ray on here will be the same Blu-ray as is distributed worldwide, which is a 3D. 3D 2D combined copy anyway. So let's start opening this one up. I've taken the shrink off, as you saw. That is the gorgeous front. There you have the back with the extra details on. As I say, the big difference between this and the significantly inferior Slice Stallone attempt to judge Dredd a number of years before is that Karl Urban actually read and really liked the original comic strip. So he knew that Dredd, the real character, never takes his helmet off. Yet, of course, Sly and the studios back then, big ego alert, course, had to take his helmet off and keep off for almost all the film. So, whereas Carl said, no, I want to keep my helmet on. In actual fact, if you want me to take the helmet off, I don't think you're sticking to the original premise. I'm not going to do it. Stallone did it all the wrong way around. And despite the fact he got a bigger budget, relatively, it was a much worse film. Much. Anyway, right, now that the slip's off, getting a... Let's put that one. Underneath the back, you have that. That's beautiful. Not quite the same design of Lawmaster bike as they do in the comics, but there are limitations of that's what you actually get in the film. There are limitations on what real bikes can actually do, I suppose, without massive amounts of special effects or a special effects budget. Oh, digital code. You never know. I might be giving that away. And just spin the discs around again. That's the spine shot, and that's the whole front back spine with an absolutely gorgeous wraparound. And I'm not sure that makes sense, but because he's on both, but who cares? Right, interior wise, we have a quite oddly positioned set of markings on the disc, but we have disc art, which is nice, and this is the 4K disc. What I meant by odd was the fact that the... let's not drop that. Info over here is obviously at right angles to the main title and where it's supposed to be. Just looks a bit strange. And that's the Blu-ray. Dredd with his lawgiver thing that they give to the guns. All sorts of selectable ammunition. And inside we have another piece of nice interior artwork. So they've done a really nice job on this one. So yeah, so apart from on the front of the slip, you can probably just make that out. The only thing that's printed on the front of the see-through slip are the titles, so you can leave the title on if you want to be able to display a title, and they can avoid printing it on the Steelbook itself. If you want to be able to see the title on there, but if you want to display it as a nice piece of individual art, it's not actually printed on the front. Though, of course, in actual fact, since his name's on the badge, you could actually count that. The only thing else on there is the bit about it being 4K in the top corner. The back has all the information that you'd expect on there. A quick rundown says that it's, yes, the Blu-ray is 2D and 3D, and all the special features are on there. It does say that the movie and special features are on the 4K as well, which is always nice to see. It's got featurette 35 years of Judge Dredd, Day of Chaos visual effects, that's the 3D featurette, just a simple Dredd featurette, Dredd's gear featurette, which would probably include the motorbike and his handgun, like I said, shoots multiple different types of ammunition, voice controlled et al. And sorry I'm spending so much time looking down. It's difficult to read on this reflective surface, and also it's not particularly good light today. It's all very overcast, but I can't turn on the interior lights and I haven't got any proper lighting boxes. Another featurette. Oh, comic book, motion comic book prequel, which I think I'd be interested in seeing, and a theatrical trailer. Yeah, this was actually based on a specific comic strip story where he's going up against someone who's distributing drugs in one of the large mega blocks, and I think the major difference they made in this was that they made the evil bad guy or girl in this particular case, Mama, who's selling the drugs, who's played by Lena Headey from Game of Thrones. They made her a lot younger than she was in the comic strip originally. This is also the one that introduces Judge Anderson as the side judge, and that's mind telepathy sort of specialist trained law enforcement judge, and this is her rookie pass or fail whether she actually gets her full judge qualifications. And nobody wants to go out with Dredd because he's such a harsh taskmaster and hardly passes anybody to get through, and they spend their whole lives from childhood training. So it's a bit like the parachute course for submarines, if anybody knows that one. Well, that's about it for the unboxing. As I said, it's absolutely lovely in my opinion. That's again on the spine. You've got it's the cover, the slip cover that's got the 4K bit on it, but the title itself is actually on the steel. If you want to use your own cover and not have the name printed when it's on the shelf, I think these are an excellent idea actually, and protect the Steelbook very well without a need for a separate case, and also keep the information there without having to have the horrible floppy bit of paper or a J card, which sometimes gets scagged when you're trying to put it into the protective plastic sleeves that I use, which I also find extremely difficult to put together and reuse for some reason. Other people don't seem to have so much problem. Anyway, yeah, that is the Best Buy exclusive of Dredd 4K. It's not going to be cheap. I'm afraid it cost me quite a bit, but if you search around, you can get it for something not ultra ridiculous, just mildly ridiculous on eBay, etc. Unless, of course, you manage to find someone who can find it in stock at a Best Buy in America to send it to you. And I have no idea whether they're sold out or not, I'm afraid. Anyway, thanks indeed very much for watching, and look out for the upcoming unboxings that I've got going on. Like I said, I'm doing as many as I can this week whilst I've got a bit of time off. And in the meantime, please keep on enjoying all the TV, the cinemas. They've even got an advert now on the radio saying cinema is back, return to the cinemas. Obviously they're really desperate to get people through the doors after such a long time of having to heat the cinema, pay furloughed staff and all that sort of thing, pay ground rent, and with no income at all coming in. So I'm going to be trying to get to my local cinema as soon as possible to support them, and I hope that's going to be Black Widow, if not before then. Anyway, if you liked this video, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel, and if you have any comments at all or questions, please comment down below and I'll reply to them as soon as I can. Thank you very much indeed, and cheers. Hi again. Postscript for anybody who is interested in the Dredd digital copy. If you can use it, don't forget it's a US digital copy, so you'll either have to be in the US or have a way of playing those. If you want it, please just comment down below that you'd like to have it, and I'll contact you. Well, you recite how to contact me, and first one to ask will get it. Cheers again.